وأفضل الأعمال الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family. If I could be convinced that Muslims would not defy as Christians, have Jesus, peace be upon him, I would have said a thing about you that would have made them stand for the dust of your feet. Please welcome علاء القصير by reciting صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Stop. لا don't touch it. Make this stronger.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. نرفع أزكى التهاني وعطرها إلى سيدنا مولانا بقية الله صاحب العصر والزمان عجل الله فرجه الشريف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أسعد الله أيامنا وأيامكم بذكرى ولادة أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام. الامام علي سلام الله عليه, the most influential and discussed character in the history of Islam. And how can he not be when Allah by him perfected this religion and completed it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. This day have I perfected for you your religion and completed my favor on you and chosen for you Islam as a religion. From every angle that you look at Imam Ali salamullah alayhi, you will find perfection, you will find a lesson to be learned from. If you look at his worship, Imam Zayn al-Abidin, as you all know, is known for his worship. It's narrated that Imam Zayn al-Abidin used to worship 1,000 ruk'ah a night, and he would go crawling to his bed at the end of his worship, and then he would open the book of ibadah of Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he would look at it and he would say, Man yaqwa ala ibadat Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, who has the strength for the worship of Ali ibn Abi Talib? And this is Imam Zayn al-Abidin, the man that is known for worship, the man that his knees will be bruised and his forehead, the skin on his forehead will be peeling off, and he's saying, who has the strength for the worship of Ali ibn Abi Talib? And if you look at the side of knowledge of Imam Ali salamullah alayhi, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا بأس بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. Rasulullah would say, Ali مع القرآن والقرآن مع Ali. Ali is with the Quran and the Quran is with Ali. Ali is actually the embodiment of the Quran. Ali is the Quran and Natiq. Rasulullah would also say, أنا مدينة العلم وعلي بابها. I am the city of knowledge and Ali is its gates. So if we want to reach the city of knowledge, if we want the true sunnah of Rasulullah, who do we have to go through? Who do we get off? Of Ali ibn Abi Talib. We have to go through Ali ibn Abi Talib. We have to take the true sunnah, the true teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from Ali ibn Abi Talib salamullah alayhi. And if you would look at the courage of Imam Ali salamullah alayhi, you would find none braver. And of course, when I say none like, I'm taking Rasulullah out of the picture. He is the best of creation. There is no one like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In the battle of the trench, the Muslims were outnumbered. And as you know, the Muslims dug a trench around the city to keep the kuffars out. So when the kuffars came, a few of them jumped over the trench. One of them was Amr ibn Wud. Amr ibn Wud was equal, they used to count him as equal to 1,000 knights, 1,000 soldiers. and he would tell the Muslims who would face me, who would battle me. And Rasulullah 3 times, he would say who would face him. Rasulullah would ask the Muslims, and each one would be turning around, nobody responding, except Ali ibn Abi Talib. 3 times, he would say, Ana ya Rasulullah, Ana ya Rasulullah, Ana ya Rasulullah. Me, O Prophet of Allah, me, O Prophet of Allah, 3 times. And then he would go, and he would face Amr ibn Wood, and then comes back. Rasulullah asked him, why did you take so long? I realized that you took so long to finish him off. Why did you take so long? So Imam Ali tells him, when I was about to finish him off, he spat in my face and he got me angry. So I waited for a bit, I cooled off, and then I finished him off. Rasulullah wants to show us the characteristics of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, I didn't want to kill him for my own anger, for my own ego, no. I wanted to finish him off fi sabilillah, for the sake of Allah. However, this same man, this lion of Allah, Asadullah, if you look at his heart, his kindness, you would find none like him, none kinder, none has a heart like Ali ibn Abi Talib, salamullah alayh. It's narrated one day he was walking in the streets of Kufa, and he found a young orphan, and he's crying, the orphan. So he goes to him, he asks him, what's wrong, why are you crying? So the orphan goes to him, says to him, I came to these kids and I wanted to play with them, and they told me to go away. We don't play with somebody that doesn't have a father. So Imam Ali started crying. That same Asad, that same lion of God, started crying and weeping. And he hugged the orphan and he gave him a piece of coin. And he told him, go and play with the kids. And if they tell you, who is your father, you don't have a father, tell them that my father is Ali ibn Abi Talib, salamullah alayh. And when it comes to the speech of Imam Ali, who is like him? He is the master of speech, Amirul Kalam, the prince of speech. In one of his supplications he says, Rabbi, kafa bi izzan an akuna laka abdan, wa kafa bi fakhran an takuna li rabban, innaka kama ahub, faj'alni kama tuhub. And he also advised us, salamullah alayhi, when he says, the least of your duties to God is that you don't use God's blessing to help you do wrong. He would also say, salamullah alayhi, do not obey creatures in defiance of the Creator. He would also say, salamullah alayhi, whoever is granted prayer is not denied response. Whoever is granted response is not denied acceptance. And salamullah alayhi would also say, understanding is what makes relationship. يا سماء اشهدي ويا أرض قري واخشعي إني قد ذكرت عليا. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.